Welcome to the MS Perspektive Podcast, Perspective with a K as I'm German. I'm Nele von Horsten, MS patient, patient advocate and author. I'm bringing you interviews, inspiration and information about living with multiple sclerosis and show you ways how you can positively influence the disease and make the best out of your diagnosis. On ms-perspektive.com you will find the show notes, 11 free tips as a PDF and lots of other information. And now the show begins. Thanks for tuning in again and welcome to episode number 151, Redesigning Life with MS, Paola Escamilla Greenham on advocacy, empowerment and purpose. And now enjoy the interview. Hello Paola, it's such a pleasure to have you on the show and hi to Grenoble in France.
Hello, Nele. Thank you very much for your invitation and Happy New Year for you and for all the people that will be listening to us later.
Yes, thank you for you as well. Paola, I know you, but the listeners don't know you. So would you please introduce yourself to the audience so they know who is with me on the podcast today and maybe share something personal about your life, hobbies, or something close to your heart?
Okay. So, hello everyone. I am Paola Escamilla Greenham. I am from Mexico City. I moved from my beautiful city after finishing my university studies. That means that I have been living in France. So I moved to France. Now that's a shock notice for me, Nele. This summer I started living more in France than I have lived in Mexico. So this is something like this a shock notice for me, something that I said, this is not going to happen. This is happening. So yes, I moved from Mexico City to France, and now I'm living in Grenoble, southeast part of France. Yeah, my hobbies, I'm trying to make them become more like a professional thing, but I am a lot into improvisation theater since the last couple of years. And for people with MS or people living this planet, I really encourage you to try this activity. It gives me a lot of energy. You know I have a lot of energy, but this gives me even more more energy and it full me all about excitement and it's a lot of fun doing improvisation and it's very helpful for people with MS. I mean, for me at least because it brings me a lot of joy. And you will hear later, everything in my life now it's about bringing me joy. Joy. Everything is about Paola, Paola, Paola. If it's not giving joy, I'm not into that.
Okay. Yeah, one of my best friends is doing improv theater since more than 10 years now. He loves it a lot, yeah.
Mm.
You already talked about your fascinating international background from Mexico to France and now active across Europe because since we met at EUPATI, you have been to at least 2 events on patient advocacy. How has this shaped your view on living with MS?
Ah, I had the opportunity since we joined the EUPATI fellow community. I was invited to two different, two or three. I don't remember exactly. Different events. As you were mentioning, two of them were in Madrid. So living with MS or traveling, this can be quite of challenging. Now, since I got my diagnosis, that's in 2014. This is my fourth treatment. So now taking a pill, that's not complicated. I can take it. But living with MS, if you are having an injection, because that happened to me a few years ago, that's more complicated. I will tell you later about this. But this is just to say, Nele, I completely forgot what you asked me about.
It's fine. That's totally fine. Yeah, we will talk more about you being all around not the world, but let's say Europe. So what motivated you to become involved in patient advocacy? Why did you start at the EUPATI program?
Uh, Honestly, it took me a while. as I was saying, this is everything about me, myself, and me and myself. It wasn't really. It is quite new, to be honest. I think the first almost 5 years I was in shock and I trying to realize a lot of crying and a lot of thinking. Okay, this is the last time I'm doing the Zumba class, and I'm doing it really at the gym, jumping and singing, and I remember myself crying. It took me a time, but after years, I said, okay, now I'm strong enough. I can move forward. Let's move forward and let's try to understand what this is about instead of start being afraid and scared about everything. Let's try to understand a little bit what's this about, what is possible and not possible, and who am I in front of this. So I start getting involved, first of all in the local associations here in France, mostly in Grenoble. And then what happened with the international community, that's a little bit of your previous question. I am Mexican, and I love and I am very proud of being Mexican.
Mhm.
And then I am trying to fit into a French mentality. That's another mentality. um, so I started realizing that, okay, I am still involved with these local organizations. I have nothing against them. It's just that something is missing. Things are not happening as fast as I want. I was invited to collaborate at the local hospital, as they call it in France, patient ressources, patient resources.
Mhm.
So I start getting involved, but something was missing. And then this is the but it was missing. Sorry, I found that in the international communities. So well, there is no all the French with one Mexican. This is we are all from different backgrounds, not even all from the same chronic disease. But no matter what, we found our places, and it was my case. So now going into international arenas makes me feel more like this is my place. Um, so I just start discovering. I am getting when I am getting invitation, I'm just quickly looking at the agenda. Can I make it? Can I don't make it? Can I cancel things? And then I am taking as much as I can, as much as I want. And this last half of the previous year, was very, very full of patient advocacy events, mostly because of EUPATI. But it's not only EUPATI, it's also how active and how much are you getting, as you wanted to expose yourself, and how much are you ready to put aside other things to say, okay, this is my time. I want to do it now. I want to go to Barcelona. I went to the parliament. I remember I went to Belgium. Was my first time at Brussels at the parliament, attending one report presentation of patient. Um, yeah, a paper about patient situations. So it was great. So this is okay. Can I make it? I can. Let's do it. So it's like life. Do you want to take this trial, or you are waiting for the next one? And this is the way I think for me. Okay, I am going. I'm not going. Most of the time, I don't like to run for the train. But behind the train. So so I need to catch it. I need to make the agenda available to catch the train when it's going to come.
Okay, fantastic. And was there a special moment or a special experience that truly sparked your passion for this path?
Um, I was invited to Paris. I think it was in October, for a seminar of the Mayo Clinic. And I remember we were on a panel of experts. Mostly of them, no, sorry, not mostly of them. They were all. I was the only patient in the panel, and the other were researchers and doctors. And I remember the moderator. She started the talk by saying, "Okay, what does the patient want?" And he answered the question. I had a very, very good moment at that moment. And he said, "What do the patient want?" they want to go better. And then I said, you know me, I'm always stretching my hand. That's me. I'm like, I can't do that. And I said, so she gave me the talk, and she said, yeah. So I said, sorry. You know, with MS, most of us maybe we are not expecting to go better. We want not to get worse.
Mhm.
And this is something that it's very difficult to accept. So maybe that's what it takes me time to realize. Okay, this is the new me. This is me. So that was my aha moment, Nelly, when I said, okay, this is my place. This is where I want to be. Because I want my voice to be heard. This is an amazing moderator answering the question for the patient, but he's not the patient. Oh, you're the patient. and, and I am giving you my answer. Maybe your answer will be different, but on my perspective, with MS, knowing how things can develop badly very fast for some of us, I think at the moment saying, okay, what I want is to stay with the good and bad health I have today. I will try to live with that, but I know that it could be worse. So I am not asking my doctors to save me and to give me everything they took from me. No, so just leave me as I am. So that was my aha moment, and I said, okay, I need more of these moments.
Yeah, that's good, and it's good that you raised your voice, and I know you can do that very well. So, looking back at the EUPATI course, what did you take away from that experience?
It was amazing. It was I got a lot of love from the participants, and this is something that make me feel sad. I want love. uh, as Mexicans, we love each other. I mean, it's not a passionate love that you have with your friends, with your male friends, female friends. It's we hug. We used to hug, and at the EUPATI event, we didn't know in advance and face to face, but we have been working together. We were working together for a year, and it was the last part, and it was like, okay, now we are here. We are going to cross the final line together, the finish line together. And so it was being part of a community. That was a big moment, being part of a community. And that was not only that moment. Okay, from now, we are here together, but from now, we will start, each of us in different aspects, evolving. There were people for those who didn't, doesn't know EUPATI. This is not only MS, this is all kind of disease. So I was surprised that I was expecting only patients. They were not only patients, they were caregivers, they were relatives or doctors, or different employees for associations, patient association. So that was great. I was expecting, honestly, to be only surrounded by patients, and then by talking with them, learning about diseases that I could not even imagine they existed. They are, of course, there are so many still that we don't know. But that was very good. And on the other side, meeting you, because on the other side we met first online, and then finally we met face to face. But meeting as well with MS patients, and okay, you are from Germany, you are from Switzerland, you are from Italy, and that's okay. This is good. How are you doing? This is one of the purpose of your podcast. How are you doing, Paola, living in France with your MS? Let me know what is difference from Germany, from Switzerland. So it was a great experience being and the big moment at the EUPATI was the human capital. I
Yeah,
really love it.
absolutely. And I will have, in a few episodes, I will have Ingrid Klingman here on the podcast talking a little bit more about EUPATI itself, because no matter who is listening, it could be for a different disease. EUPATI it's just a great place to be and use to raise a patient voice and to do that in a structured and working way. So it really has impact. Okay, so now we are talking a little bit about your life with MS. Can you share your diagnosis story and how MS has changed your life? You said already in 2014 you get your diagnosis. How did that happen?
It was the diagnosis came very fast. Honestly, I start feeling kind of hands on half on my face. My doctor said, "Oh, this could be facial paralysis. Let's do a test." And immediately it was, "No, it's not this. It is MS." Okay, I didn't get. I wasn't sure that I was with the winning ticket when she said it's not this, it's that. But that I did. So I have heard a lot of people saying my diagnosis took a long, long time to come out. Mine was very fast. For me, the funny thing is this is your life. That moment of your life is my life before and my life after. But in reality, this is the day you got the diagnosis, but the MS, you don't know really which day you got or you started with the MS. So after 10 years, so that was quite fast. Honestly, that moment as well, it was a shock, as I said. This is something that I still trying to improve for people coming after us. And we will talk about that a little bit later. This first meeting when the doctor is announcing you the diagnosis. So this is something that we need to work with the patients to improve this experience, because this is a big moment in the life of a person. And I am assuming that for most of us, this is not a very amazing rendezvous. so yeah, so doctors need to improve communication. There are a lot of things to do with that. And the other thing is the information that I got at that moment. So during this diagnosis meeting, they said, "Okay, you have this. Okay, now you will start your treatment." Okay, I will start my treatment. My husband was with me. I really encourage everyone for this kind of situation. You need to bring someone, because at one moment your brain will stop listening or your ears will stop listening, and it will be just blah, 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 blah. Or you will, I'm always thinking about pizza. Pizza, that will be good. And the doctor is talking to you about very serious topic, but my brain is always blocking in the pepperoni pizza. And the thing is, at that moment, I needed to choose my treatment. Mm-hmm. How am I able to choose a treatment? I have no idea what this is about. I am not a doctor. And on the other side, it's like the new way. Maybe they are trying to, okay, now the patient is the actor of its field path, Okay, I am the actor. I want treatment number 4. I said, "Are you sure?" "Yes, I want treatment number 4. But with this treatment, there is risk. You can have cancer, or you can have whatever disease that sounds terrible for you." "Okay, and no number 4. I mean number 2. Are you sure?" "Yes." "No, but then." So the thing is, at the end, I didn't decide of anything, because so she decided what she wanted, because obviously she knows what this is about. And it's not pizza. We are not talking about pizza. We are talking about pizza. Ask me for advice, of course. But we are talking about something. I remember that they were, 2 of them were pills. It was 3 treatments. 2 were pills and 1 was an injection. And I said, there is a tricky question. Nobody will choose the injection. So how are you asking me to? Then this is not an option. This is so. But then you said, we are not stupid. And she's like, "What is the deal?" I think at the end I got the injection. I don't remember what I got. But the thing is, this is something that we need also to work with. Patient cannot be at that moment in 20 minutes meeting, having a diagnosis, having the weight in the body, in the brain, that, okay, now choose your treatment. So that's what it was for me. Like you leave the meeting with a prescription. Okay, I need to go to order my pills or whatever. It's a lot of things in a very short time. And I think that's make it even more difficult for people, or I am thinking about me, of course, to assimilate, to accept this. Something that is already very difficult to accept. But the way all this information is like a big shower, and you say like, I cannot hold it. You know, like the confetti that you try and everything on the sand, and it's always going around. So that was for me. That was for me. Obviously, after saying to my husband, okay, now explain what they said, because it was only about the pizza. So I don't know what they said. So, and then we need to consider as well that my husband, he will be in shock as well, because he is my partner. He is the one who is going to take care of me if things go very bad. I hope he is going to be taking care of me. We never know. We never know. So it's quite complicated. So I think I hope that answered your question, Nele, but I don't think it's easy for anyone having this diagnosis. But
Yeah.
at least, if I'm a very optimistic person, my diagnosis was very fast.
Yes, that's a good thing. But for most people, it's a shocking moment, and yeah, it's too much to digest, and it's too overwhelming. And it's differently. I think there are different settings existing. Sometimes you have a first diagnosis talk, then you have an explanation of the options, and then you choose. But then sometimes it is like yours, so it's very different, but it's not easy. Okay, so coming to the practical part, what helps you most in daily life, physically, emotionally, or mentally?
Mm. How did I think for me, since then, I completely changed my life, Nele, and so what helps me is what brings me joy. You know, it's like Marie Kondo. You need to take your toes, and it's giving you joy or not. This activity is giving me pleasure or not. No, I'm not doing it. So I talked to my husband when I got maybe not the first day, but after a while, and I said, I am going to live my vida loca. This is my life. I'm going to live it my way. If it's okay with you, it's okay with me. So he's an incredible man. Don't worry, I will take care. Okay, so um, I think being able to do whatever I want when I want, more or less. Um, this is what is giving me the peace I need. I am very dynamic. I'm very active. I'm very passionate about things. But there is moments I want to be calm, not a lot. But this is something that if I am going to work or having these MS moments, I don't know you, but in my case with this drug I'm taking, sometimes I just become super red. And every time I feel like this, it is okay. And or I start stretching
Itching.
all my body with itching. But feeling okay, this is good. Okay, I can accept this is going. I know this is going to last, but I don't need to give explanation to anybody at work, say, or hiding me in the toilets, or when I have an emergency to go to the toilet. That's quite new. Being on my bubble is okay. I don't justify myself, and I like that. I like that. So emotions, I think mostly is that is the emotions and the passion. I am doing the thing that gives me passion, gives me joy. That's why improvisation theater is helping a lot. And there is something that I said to myself, coming back to me being Mexican. Some of you should maybe not know about the way Mexicans approach death. But in my case, I said, okay, I will rest when I will be dead. I will rest in the eternity. But in this life, I'm not resting. This is about moving. So yes. So I am I am very, very active, doing a lot of things. If I am doing my performance at night and then we are celebrating with the actors after the show, so that means that you are not going to bed before midnight. And sometimes it's few times per month, but sometimes it's several times per week. So this is the kind of life I'm having. I am able because I have the structure. I have the husband that is taking care of the dog because somebody needs to walk the dog. So,
It seems
but
you are having a lovely husband. That's good.
yeah, it's but you don't know. But it's a French man, so it's a grumpy husband because he's French. He's French, but
So
he
how
knows. He knows.
important is your environment? So your family, you mentioned your husband, you have a daughter, you have a dog,
No, no,
you have
no, no. Sorry. No, I have no kids.
sorry,
I
I
think
misunderstood.
one of the things being able to live my own carnival every day because kids didn't knock the door. So yeah, so let's say let's keep it positive. This is an advantage.
Okay, yeah. How important is your environment for you in living well? It seems like it is quite important that you get some hugs, that you can be active with other people, that you can laugh with other people. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. I have now with the improv theater, I am commuting with or I am exchanging and working together with people that they are 20 something and others that are 70 something. So since I started doing this activity, I have connections with people in a very big average I don't know range of ages. So this is very good. You are seeing one day once, and you are seeing the younger another one, and it's not only a matter. It's not only a thing, a matter of age. Sorry, it's a matter of generations. I am very very surprised about how this 20 something generation is the millennials approach the gender gaps and are so inclusive with people with handicap that this is not at all the same case with elder people.
Hmm.
I'm not saying that they are not, but they say, okay, we will do it because we need to, but not because I understand how this is important. The younger one, they understand. They take the place. Not only talking about me because I am lucky or unlucky to have this invisible handicap, so that's not necessarily a good thing. And even if it's written all around me, I am an MS advocate and patient or whatever. Not everybody knows that I have MS. But the thing is, new generations approach this easily, the different conditions, than even my generation, that even my generation. So being surrounded by all kind of ages is very good also to keep a balance in your life, in your brain. Like, okay, sometimes you are just knocking
Hmm.
because you are knocking the wrong door. Maybe you should go and knock the other door, and um, and that will open you to new opportunities, and that's good. I encourage people or to go and see what others are doing. Mm.
Yeah. So right now, what is your biggest personal or professional goal? Is it being in the improv theater somewhere, or is it a different thing?
No, it's true that I'm talking about the improv a lot, but it was not expected. Um, no, going back to patient advocacy, I will like, we haven't talk about my investor uh, business angel part, but the thing is, yeah, I would like to get more involved as a patient advocate in strategy committees for companies, for medtech or biotech companies that are designing solutions in the idea of improve well-being for us, not only the EMS but in general for humans. And I would like to take part from the beginning on these committees and start making heard the patient's voice, not only the MS patients, but obviously mostly the patient mistake, mostly because it's my case. There is not saying it's more important, not at all. But
And you call yourself a patient experience designer. What does it mean to you in practice?
So this is coming back to what we were discussing about how are you facing this first diagnosis meeting with the neurologist or whoever is going to explain to you. This is designing and helping the caregivers to improve this experience for patients. This is something that I try to improve, and as well as the different steps, how to help the patient to choose which is going to be the good treatment for that when you are providing, okay, you have two options, four options, no option. How to improve this to make it a better experience. So that's how patient experience designer is about. It's improve and make the patient live this moment with less shock, as I got.
Would
For
be lovely.
example.
That would be lovely. How do you connect your MS experience with your professional interest in MedTech, Biotech, and sustainability? Of course, I checked your LinkedIn profile.
Okay. Yes, I have been interested in entrepreneurship since and business creation since I was a young girl. Always trying to sell things and to create. I remember, but not looking for the money, but because it's a funny experience, right? For me, it was a funny experience when I was a kid, and so today trying to integrate this first love, let's say, about entrepreneurship, innovation, and getting more experience with the patient experience, patient advocacy, how not to put them together. So I joined a business angel association a couple of years ago. And I was surprised at the first meeting I attended. It was a company pitching for funds, for funding. And it was a medtech. So I was not expecting here where I live is mostly, it's like they like it to call this is Grenoble, the Silicon Valley of France. I don't know, but that okay, exactly. Okay, you agree. So I was not really expecting something related with medical solutions at that meeting. So that was my first investment. So I was surprised and I got very interested. And now since then, very short time still, but I have been investing in other and different companies all related with medical or medtech or biotech solutions. And so this is combining different passions and finding a way, okay, this is something I can do. I'm not a doctor, so maybe I won't be able to develop the new vaccine to solve MS or whatever, because this biology is not necessarily something I want to go into or whatever. But the thing is, there are other ways to take part of on it. And for me at that moment is investing in companies. These are local companies that are developing solutions. So it's at the same time investing in my region here in France in order to make this city, more than the city, region to become more healthy, also financially nicer. It could be nice. It could be nice. So yeah, that's what I am combining. And my expertise as a patient advocate is also someone that I am pushing them, my colleagues, investors. Okay, you have been investing 20 years in electronic companies, maybe, and hasn't worked every time. So why not come and invest a little bit in medtech or biotech? Because but I don't know. Yeah, but you knew the others and it didn't work either. So try to go with me. So I am trying at the same time. For me as a patient advocate, my mission here is, okay, let's try to do things differently. Why not to see what the others are proposing? Why not to you bring a little bit of your money here because we need them, because this is not only good maybe for me, but it's good for others, and maybe one time, sorry, for you as well. So this is what I am, a lot of communication all around.
Exciting. Yes. Okay. You already mentioned a couple of roles you are taking. What role can people with lived experience play in improving healthcare services? What do you think?
Mm, that's why I think, Nele, we are trying to make hear loudly the voice of patients, MS patients, for example. We have the experience. We know what it is to live with. And in the case of MS, your MS, my MS could be completely different. So hearing one patient is, I mean, you won't be able to hear all of them, even if we are not that much, that many in the world. Um, but it is different because, I don't like, I hate that expression that, you should be in my shoes. I can give you my shoes. It will fit you or they will not fit you. I don't know. But even with my shoes, you will not be able to feel everything I feel in, because a lot of things with my invisible handicap, for example, there are things that are from the inside. So just being in this part of the room, in the behind this amazing plate, it's you're changing perspective, but you won't be able to have what I have. So patience should be require more often when designing things, when designing solutions that will be for them, a service, a drug, or whatever. Because at the end, they are the ones who need them, but you don't know if they really want them. I'm always, like so that's the way. You are a patient. You have a knowledge that most of the people designing the solutions for you, they don't know what they don't have at all, because not all the people working on solutions have the same condition or have any condition. I hope they don't,
Yeah.
but they can. um, yeah. So that is, we need to raise the voice of the patient. As a patient, I understand that not everybody wants to do it. Not everybody wants to be heard. Not everybody
On
wants
stage.
to.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yes,
to
exactly. And I agree. I mean, I know it took me time. Took me time to move and to stand up. Even if you would say you are always asking questions. Yeah, but it took me time.
yeah. Leaving the full of tears stage towards the empowerment stage. Coming to empowerment, what do
Mm.
you think? What does empowerment mean to you when living with a chronic illness?
At least what I said, what empowers me is feeling that I'm not alone.
Mhm.
Feeling um honestly, I am not interested, in if your condition is worse than mine, or mine is better than yours. It's not that, because at the end of the day, we are all living our own lives, and this is very important for me. Also, we will finish with that, but later. The thing is, being part of a community empowers me. So
Mhm.
even if it's an international community, and I don't need to see them every day or even hug them every day, but for example, seeing them on LinkedIn, he attended this conference, she finished her PhD or whatever. It gives me, keeps my heart warm. Now, okay, they do this. We talked about this 2 years ago, and she was struggling, but she made it, and this empowers me, because okay, they are moving forward. I am moving forward, and this is something that for me is very very important.
Yeah, sounds good. I do understand that. Agree
Mm.
on that. What development in MS care would you like to see in the next 5 years?
I was invited by EUPATI to participate on a conference about translational medicine.
Mhm.
So honestly, I didn't know about that before going to this conference. So well, yes, they asked us to prepare a little bit before, but the thing is, I hope we are going to see a lot of translational medicine used in all kind of conditions soon, very soon. I hope 5 years, that will be great, but I don't know if it's going to be able. But this is something that I will love. Okay, stopping maybe developing new things. Try to do with what we have. We have already these drugs. Why not to try to find if they are useful for other things? And this will require less time. I am imagining less money to develop, and maybe we have already a lot of solutions on the counter of the drugstore that we are just not using correctly or not giving the full potential. And this is
Mhm.
something I will love for the last 5 years and
The next
coming
5 years,
years.
yes. Are there any projects or people who currently inspire you?
It comes back to what I said about empowerment. The people in my community, I love to see that they are moving forward, that they are going higher. And there is not really one particular person, it's a group of people. And this is something I am very, very glad seeing all these patient advocates moving forward, very dynamic.
Yeah.
Mm.
What message would you like to share with our listeners, especially those living with MS?
Live your life the way you want it. Do things that make you happy and be happy. Honestly, and listen to your body. I think it's important for me as well. I have I have friends that said, "Oh, don't care about MS. It's going to pass. You will be. It's going to. It's like don't make it. Don't pay attention. Like no focus on your life around MS. You could agree or not agree. It's not a problem. But the thing is, for me, I think we need to listen to what our body is trying to say. Sometimes it's like this is maybe not that that good, when you are eating too much and your belly is like, "Ooh, I cannot eat much more pizza." Why not? But yeah, you need to stop because your body is saying no more pizza. But with MS is I mean MS and any other condition, just listen. Just you will decide if it's going to take all the center of your life or no. But the thing is, I invite you to give it a place, because maybe living with this part of you, if you give it a part, it will take less thought. I don't know. It's for every one of us is different, but for sure, do things that make you happy. This
Mhm.
is something that's important.
Paola, when people are now interested in more than just this interview, where can they find you online to get in contact with you or to follow your activities?
Mm, Thank you very much. They can find me on LinkedIn, and I would really appreciate um, if they want to connect, to send me a personal message, because if they just connect like this, I will reject. I don't like people. Yeah, I don't like people to do who do that. Even people I know, that they didn't send me a note, I didn't accept them. I am a human. I am a human. I am a social person. So I love to connect. But to connect, we connect with the words, we connect with the skill, with the hello hands, with the keys. So it's not like nah.
Okay. Paola, thank you very much for having time for this interview. Hope to see you at one of the events in the future again. And yeah, greetings again to lovely Grenoble. I've been there for a semiconductor show once when I was in marketing in that area. Yeah. So was lovely. Thank you very much and all the best for you. Bye bye.
Thank you very much, Nele. Thank you all. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed the interview, learned something new, and maybe got inspired by all the energy Paola has. And by the way, next time there will be another episode on EUPATI, where I got to learn Paola. And this time it will be on empowering patient voices in medical research and innovation with Dr. Ingrid Klingmann. And Ingrid was one of the initiators of the program and was giving us quite some lectures, so it's an interesting one. And maybe you are looking for something where you can raise your voice better, may it be for MS or for another condition. So please tune in again, let other people know who might be interested in the podcast, and rate it wherever you are listening. And with that, please stay as active and positive, and see you next time. Bye! Thank you for listening today. I hope you found it helpful. You may also be interested in the previously published episodes and posts, which you can find at ms-perspektive.com/podcast. Perspective with a K. You can also get a free PDF with 11 tips for your positive impact on MS at ms-perspektive.com/newsletter. If you'd like to get in touch, you can reach me at nele@ms-perspektive.com or on social media. See you next time.